So then, we're up and running now with our database, and we've seen how we can use our workout model to add new workout documents. Now, I want to fill out the rest of these handler functions to do things like get workouts, update them, and delete them from the database collection. So I could write all of that code in this file, as I have done here for the post request handler, but I don't want to do that because this file is to register the different routes. And I don't want to bloat it with database logic and other stuff we might need to do in the handler functions. So instead, what we'll do is create a controller file, which is going to contain a bunch of controller functions, one for each of these different routes. And then we can call those functions directly from this file. So I'm going to create a new folder over here in the backend folder called controllers. And then inside there, a new file called workout controller.js, and inside this file we're basically going to create a bunch of functions that we can reference then inside this router file right here or here or here, instead of hard coding those functions in this file, and it keeps this file a bit cleaner then. So we need functions to get all workouts, to get a single one, to post a new one, delete one, and update one as well. And we're also going to need to import the workout model inside this file as well, because we'll be using that to interact with the database. So I'm going to cut it from here and I'm going to paste it over here like so. Now then, let's do a few comments for the different functions that we need. So we need a function to get all workouts, so let's do a comment for that. And then we also need a function to get a single workout, and then after that, let's just spell this correctly, A, not S. After that, we need a function to create a new workout. So create new workout. We also need one to delete a workout. So we'll say delete a workout. And then finally, one to update a workout. Update a workout like so. Awesome. So now we can flesh out these functions. Now we're going to start with creating a new workout because we already kind of have that function right here. Yeah. So let me create the function first of all. So const create workout, and you can call it what you want, it doesn't really matter, just make sure it's pretty descriptive. And this is going to be an asynchronous function, and also it's going to take in the request and the response object, because basically they're just replacing these functions right here, and they take in the request and the response object, right? So what I'm going to do right now is basically just copy this, or rather cut this, and I'm going to paste it inside this function because it's going to do the same thing. All we're doing is grabbing these properties from the request body, and then we're trying to create a new workout, returning that workout as JSON, catching an error if there is one, and returning an error message. So let me just do a comment right here to say add doc to DB. That's what we're doing right here. So that's that function. And if we go back over here now, we can delete this function right here, and basically we just want to reference the create workout function instead. Now, in order for this to work, we need to export that function inside this file, and we can do that at the bottom of the file. Remember, we can export things by saying module.exports, and we're going to set it equal to an object, and inside the object we're going to have different properties, which are the functions. So one of those is create workout, right? So we're exporting this now inside this object, and we can import it inside the other file. So now I could go over here, and underneath this I could say const, and we want to grab a few things, so we'll do that inside curly braces because we're destructuring. We set that equal to require, and then the path to the workout controller, so that's .. to come out of the routes folder, then into controllers, and then we want the workout controller. And the only thing we want for now is the create workout function. Now I've put this on a new line because later we're going to be importing other things on each line, because we're going to have about 5 or 6 functions in total. So we have the create workout now, and we're just referencing it right here. So now when a post request comes in, we fire this function, which is this thing over here. It's asynchronous, and it takes in that request and response, and it does exactly the same thing. It just tries to create a new document. So that's going to do exactly the same as before, but now we're organizing this in a better way. Okay, cool. So let's also do the top function, get all workouts. So we're going to say const get workouts, and we're going to set that equal to a function. In fact, it's an async function. All of these are going to be asynchronous. We're taking the request and the response object, and then inside here we can say const workouts, and we set that equal to await, and again we use the workout model, and the way we get all of them is by just using the method find, and then as an argument we have to pass through an empty pair of curly braces. Now if we were just finding one or a subset of documents, we'd pass through a property name here. For example, I could say reps 20, and what that would do is find all the workouts in the collection where the reps property is 20. We don't want to do that. We want to get all of the documents, so we just leave this object blank. And also we want to sort these documents, so we can tack on a sort method, and we want to sort by the created at date. So I can say sort by created at, like so, and colon, and this is going to be -1, so then that's in descending order. So when we list them on the web page later, it's going to be the newest ones at the top. Okay, and then all we have to do after this is send a response, so response.status, and that's going to be 200, meaning all okay, and then send back a JSON response where we send the workouts. So this gives us all of the workout documents right here in an array, and we're sending that as JSON back to the browser or the client. Okay, cool. So now we have those two functions done. There is one more function I want to do in this lesson, and that's just to get a single workout. Now, I'm going to flesh this out, but it's not going to work the first time we try it out. So we'll come back to this in a minute as well, just to make it better. But for now, let's just flesh it out. So we'll say const get workouts, and we'll set that equal to an async function. Again, we're taking the request and the response object, and inside here we want to basically just find a single workout this time. So we can say const, and we want to grab the ID from the route parameter. Remember, the route for this, if we come to the route file, is /ID. So we want to grab this changeable part of the route, whatever the ID is of the document. So we grab that using a bit of destructuring. We don't need the equals there. So const ID is equal to request, and all the route parameters are stored on a params property. So we're grabbing the ID property from the route parameters. That's all we need to do, and it gives us then this ID property, whatever we type into the address bar or the request. So we have the ID now, which we need to try and find a single document. And then inside here, oh, that should be singular by the way, get workout. Inside here now, we can use the workout model again to try and find it. So I'm going to say const workout is equal to await workout with a capital W, and then we're going to use a method called find by ID, like so. And then all we need to do is pass in this ID property right here we get from the route. And all we have to do then is say if we don't get a workout back, so if that workout doesn't exist, then we want to send back some kind of error. So we'll return right here a response.status, and we'll say 404 because it can't be found, and then JSON, and inside this JSON we'll have an error property, and that error is going to say something like no such workout. Okay, so if we can't find it, if that document doesn't exist, this will basically be null. If that's null, then this will fire. We return a response, we set the status, and we send back the error no such workout. Now the reason we have to return here is because if we don't, then it's going to carry on and fire the rest of the code. So we have to return right here because we don't want it to carry on and fire the rest of the code. So after this, what we're going to do is get the response, and we're going to send back a status of 200, because if it doesn't fire this code, it means we've found a workout and we have a value for it. So the status is 200, and the JSON that we send back is going to be the workout that we find right here. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Like I said, this isn't going to work fully, this function, and we'll see why later on. But for now, what we want to do is we want to export this function and this function as well. So let's do that up here. So we'll say get workouts and also get workout, like so. And now we can import those in the other file. So create workout, get workouts, and get workout, like so. And we want to register them right here. So this is for all workouts. So we can delete that and say get workouts, and then get a single workout. So this is get workout like so. Phew. All right, so we've done a few of those functions. Let's try them out now in Postman. All right then, so to begin with, I'm going to send a post request again. Remember, the behavior of this should be exactly the same as before. It's just that we've organized it in a different way using a controller function instead. So let's add on the reps and set that to 40, and we'll change this to bench press, and we'll change the load to 25. So if I press send, hopefully we'll get that workout back. Yep, we do. So that's worked. All right, cool. I'm going to copy this ID right here because we're going to use it shortly to grab a single document. So copy that. And I'm also going to save this particular request right here because we have this body and I want it to remain like that for later. So I'm going to press Control S and cross this off. All right, so now we want to get all the workouts. So let me send this now, and we can see this has worked also. And if we scroll down, we can see we have 2 documents, and that's how many we have in the database. Awesome, so that's worked. The next thing we want to do is go to this one over here, and we want to paste that ID inside here. So this is a GET request for a single document, remember. So it should hopefully get that document we just created. So if we send this, and we do. Awesome, that's worked. All right, so I did say that that function to get a single document might not always work. So check this out. If I put in some kind of ID that is completely random and short, if I press send now, then you can see we could not get a response. And in the console over here on the server, we can see it's crashed and there's an error. So if we scroll up, we can see that the error right here is because the ID, the object ID, so you know the ID of the document that we try to find, it says right here that it must be a string of 12 bytes or a string of 24 hex characters, right? So that error is being thrown by Mongoose, and what we need to do, first of all, before we try to find a particular document, so right here, before we try to find it, we need to make sure that the ID is kind of like a valid type of ID. It is, in fact, a Mongoose or MongoDB type of object ID. All right. So what we're going to do is, first of all, import or require Mongoose at the top to do this. So we'll say const Mongoose is equal to require, and it's Mongoose that we want. And then down here, before we try to find anything, we're going to do a little if check to check the ID. So I'm going to say if, and then inside here, I'm going to say not, first of all, Mongoose dot types with a capital T dot object ID, and then we can use a method on this called is valid, and we pass in the ID right here. So what this method does is it sees if the ID that we've got is valid. Now, if it's not valid because we've added this exclamation mark right here, then we'll do something in this if check. And what we want to do is return a response where we set the status to be 404, and we want to send back some JSON, and we're going to have an error message on that JSON, and we'll just say no such workout. Okay, so now it's not going to throw that internal error. Instead, it's going to do that check right here, and if it's not a valid object ID, then we're just going to return this JSON error right here. If it is valid, it will carry on and it will try and find the workout. Okay, so I'm going to save that, make sure this is restarted. It has, and we can now try this out again in Postman. Okay, so I'm going to send the same request to this same ID that's not valid, and if I send it this time, hopefully we get a response, which we do, and it says error, no such workout. Awesome. So that's working, and if we go to all the workouts, just to grab another ID, let me grab this one like so, and come over here and paste it in just to make sure this is still working, send that, and we get that document back. Awesome. So now we've created 3 of those controller functions. In the next lesson, we'll finish off the other 2.